following podcast contains adult language, profound stupidity, hardcore nudity, and drug references. Children should not listen to it. Everyone else, fuck knuckle. Fuck.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail with all the necessary and appropriate backlash. My name is Poppascotch, and with me as always is Chump Slap.
What it do?
Not much. Thanks for coming out, Chump Slap. And then on the other side, we got Dr. Syintist.
Detail!
Thanks for picking up the slack, Dr. Syintist. While we're talking about Slack, what did you get into this week? What did you play? What did you watch? What are you doing?
I worked, and I got to level 80 on Borderlands, and I stopped playing, and I watched reruns of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's literally all I did all week.
Is 80 the cap now?
Yeah, and I think you can start over and go in like overpowered playthroughs, but I was sick of getting one-shotted every time I walked into a room. And
Do you get anything for getting level 80?
oh, absolutely nothing.
No, of course.
You didn't go back and get all the...
I stopped as soon as I got to 80 because I was like, I don't feel like farming for weapons and stuff now.
Yeah, now you got to go back and get all the level 80 weapons.
Yeah, I'm going to get a
Yep.
toothpick and a Nirvana. I don't know what shield I need. There's no way I'm going to get a High Terramorphous by myself.
Then you don't want to spend all this time farming right now and get really bored with the game right before 3 is about to come out. You know what I mean?
That's what I thought, because I was thinking about starting the pre-sequel. I was like, but I won't be done with that for until probably halfway through August. Then 3 is going to be out 2 weeks later.
Yeah, fuck that.
Same day as NHL 20. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I'm going to have to seriously consider taking some time off of work.
I think you should man up and play both at the same time.
On 2 different TVs?
Yes.
We discussed this, didn't we?
I don't remember.
I think so.
It's very possible.
Talking about playing with your feet and stuff.
Oh, that's right. Cut this part out.
I'll do my best. It's just so lame that if I wanted to play both online at the same time, I'd have to have 2 different PlayStation accounts.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter that I bought the hardware twice. I have to have 2 different PlayStation online accounts, which is bullshit.
Yes, it is.
And this is Poppascotch getting fired up corner. And then
I like this corner. We should do that.
Yeah.
And our favorite segment of everything, Poppascotch gets fired up.
great, yeah. And well, how's It's Always Sunny doing? How's it doing over there? I miss it.
It's still just as good as it always was because it's the same episodes we've all seen. I'm on season 5, I think. Still holds up.
Play through what? 37?
Yeah. It's probably more like 8 or 9. I'm still watching Psych, so that's probably 37.
Jeez. You just always... How many episodes of Psych would you say you watch a week?
I always put it on when I fall asleep, so probably at least 2 a day.
Oh, okay.
2 a day.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
When I am is it the thing you've watched so many times you just put it on before you fall asleep in case you fall asleep, you don't have to think about it much?
Yeah. And then...
Yeah, I have one of those too. But go on.
And then when I go all right, where did I fall asleep last time? I don't remember which one I saw last time because I've seen them all so many times.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
you just keep it going.
And they just keep rolling through episodes.
Yeah. It's such a good show, though.
What about you, Chump Slap? What have you been doing? What have you been playing? What have you been watching? What have you been selling? Get any new kicks? And literally anything. Give us anything.
I've been playing... I played some Minecraft.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same old shit. I popped in Detroit Become Human or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I played the first mission and I'm like, I don't think I like this. So I turned it off.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I'd get pumped to do something, do it, and then be like, I lost the pump.
This sucks.
Yeah.
I lost the pump. First hashtag of the episode. Did you watch anything interesting?
I watched a whole crap load of movies. I just watched, Annihilation with...
Ooh, that was a good one.
That's an old one, right?
It's pretty
2
old.
years, 3 years?
Yeah. It was pretty good. I don't know how it ended, though, because I fell asleep right before it ended. I woke up during the credits. I was like, God damn it.
You didn't miss much.
Well, that confusion that you have now it's going to be worse if you
Yeah.
actually watch the ending to it.
You might as well just not watch it and just
Really?
enjoy what you saw.
No, just read like an article online that's like explain the ending of Annihilation to me, and then it'll make so much more sense than our stupid brains can figure out.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
That's what I had to do. Be like, what did I just see? How can I make sense of this? It's like watching Upstream Color all over again. I'm like, I don't understand.
Oh, I was gonna say Primer.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
it's funny you say that because they're by the same director, so that checks out. Like,
he just acts smarter than he is. He doesn't even know what's going on in his movies.
it's like, you don't get it? Jeez, come on. I thought I was being pretty clear.
I tried to dumb it down for you people. What do you mean, you people? What have you been doing? Anything cool this week?
I've been playing a lot of the Division 2, and I don't really know why anymore. Like, I'm trying to farm a certain pistol and I can't find it, and then I go online to see where I can get it or how I can make it drop better, and everyone just has all these theories that are lies.
Oh, like they do in every game where
Yeah.
the influence drops.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, what you gotta do is you gotta equip this, and then have this in your holster, and then you gotta play this mission, and you may not get it the first time, but I got it after about 15 mission playthroughs. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing the same mission 15 times.
You have to pause it, take a piss during the mission. That's
Flush
how I
my
got
toilet
mine.
twice.
I just figured I'd keep playing the game. Eventually, I'd get the pistol again. It would just randomly drop somewhere, and that was like 48 hours ago in game time.
Wow.
So it's been a fun journey.
That was like when I was trying to farm the pure Sharpstone in Demon Souls.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
Took me fucking like. I used to come home from work and play for 2 hours every day for weeks trying to get that to drop. And I knew exactly
Yeah.
where it was supposed to drop.
Yeah, I'm just guessing.
Just play through the whole
But,
game over and over and over.
There's not a specific enemy or a specific mission that it comes on, or
No, there is not. Like, it's all randomly generated in like weapons cases. Or like from killing bosses. You have to kill something that'll give you that tier of weapon, and then when you do that, it's a random number generator, and it's apparently extremely rare to get one. The worst part about all this is the fact that I had one and then deconstructed it thinking I would never need it again.
Please. Yeah.
sucker.
You probably can't even get a second one.
Yeah, probably allow one per account.
Oh, I looked it up, but you can. People are like, dude, I got like 5 of them last week. I don't know what you guys are having so much problem with.
I love those
Because there's
people.
always that
online.
asshole. That, look, you got some good luck. You don't need to brag about it. Either that or you are making all of this up and just being a dick. Either very possible.
Yeah.
But other than Division 2, I played a little bit more Breath of the Wild. Hasn't clicked for me yet, but I'm going to give it a lot more time.
It does not seem like a game you would like.
No, I mean, it's Zelda. Nostalgia enough should be able to power me through, like, the story.
But I mean, it's not nostalgia. It's a completely new game.
But
Well, yes, but Zelda. I played Zelda for NES.
it's still the same
25
characters.
years ago.
I think it was more than that. But yeah, same franchise. I'll give it a shot. I want to give it a shot. I paid money for it. Let's at least play through it once.
Fair enough.
No, that's not how Chump Slap rolls.
No.
No.
I got a free game. Downloaded it. Wasted a shit ton of space. Played it for 2 minutes.
So what else? I saw Spider-Man yesterday.
Pretty damn good, huh?
I enjoyed it, but I still have the same issue I have with all the Marvel movies that aren't Avengers movies, which is when something big and horrible's happening, no other Avengers show up.
Yeah,
Well,
I thought they were
they kind of
buddies.
addressed that in the movie, didn't they?
They sort of did.
Who did you expect to show up?
Well, I don't want to go through
Thanos.
75 minutes of spoilers of who's dead, but
I mean, yeah, the movie's been out for 3 months now.
It's not enough.
But I
time.
mean, Hawkeye's supposed to show up and help him.
he could have. But I like how,
I mean, Mysterio was there taking care of everything. They didn't have to.
and then obviously Captain Marvel has an excuse. She's off planet somewhere, always. The Guardians, Thor, they all have an excuse to not be there. Where was, like, Science Hulk during all this? Didn't you think he would want to explain or investigate some of these elemental things?
Well, didn't Mysterio explain them already?
I guess so, but you would think Nerd Hulk would want to take a look, right?
I know I would if I was a Hulk.
I mean, what's
Thanks,
the Hulk
Chump
gonna
Slap.
do against? I don't know. You're both full of it.
No, I think you are.
But yeah, a lot of the other Avengers are dead. Well, not a lot, but all the ones that were, like,
Oh, that's-
on Earth.
All that's left is like Falcon and War Machine.
Where are the other spiders? I mean, he is Spider-Man.
You mean
don't
like
know how to respond to how stupid that is.
Spider Toddler and Spider Woman and
Yeah. Come
Spider
on.
Gramps.
Spider Cab Driver?
What about all the ones from the multiverse?
That's different universe.
Oh.
It's a cartoon.
Yeah, they kind of teased it in this Spider-Man, saying that there were multiple universes, but now we think it's just a lie.
Well, it was just a lie.
So it was all just
Right.
a lie?
Yeah, but Chump Slap's not going to see the movie, so we're not going to ruin it.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Fuck all these movies.
Well, I did see another movie, but I don't remember if I talked about this. Did I talk about Midsummer?
Boy, sure you didn't.
Maybe.
Okay, well, that movie was fucking
Yeah, he might have. I don't know.
nuts.
Is that the one with the guy who did Mother?
No, he did Hereditary.
Hereditary. Okay, yeah. I wanted
And
to see
this
that.
one is probably the darkest comedy I've ever seen in my life, like by far.
I'm gonna have to check it out. It's still in theaters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right up your alley, Chump Slap. Syintist, I think you'll hate it, but
It
Chump
doesn't
Slap,
even
it's
sound like something I'd want to watch.
it's fucking weird, but it was really good. I don't know if I ever am gonna watch it again for the rest of my life, but
When you said Midsummer and it wasn't based on the Shakespeare play, I kind of lost interest.
Maybe it is.
I didn't know you were so in tune with the Shakespeare renditions.
They're good. It's one of his best plays.
Never heard of it.
Maybe it could be a modern adaptation of it. I don't know.
Yeah, who the hell knows? Could be
Like with
loosely
Josh
based.
Hartnett, like what was that other one? Like
Romeo and
Othello they
Juliet?
redid?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't watch that because that was just dumb.
Yeah, let's redo Midsummer Night's Dream with like The Rock
That's
and
who?
Emily Blunt. It'll be great.
Oh, is Rock in Midsummer?
No, but I
Oh.
just want him to be in everything.
Yeah.
and
he
I
should
think
be.
if I put that out in the universe, it'll will it like into existence.
He could be king of the fairies.
like
Perfect.
like he was the Tooth Fairy. Remember that movie?
No, I do not. I remember.
You don't
You're
remember
probably thinking
that?
of a.
It's horrible.
You're probably thinking of Suburban Commando.
No, he's thinking of Tooth
I'm
Fairy.
definitely thinking the Tooth Fairy wears a hockey player like the Goon, and then I think he dies and becomes a Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, something like that. I never saw the movie, so I don't exactly know the plot, but I know he was the Tooth Fairy.
No, I'm dead serious.
I vaguely remember there being a movie called Tooth Fairy.
He was definitely a hockey player. I think scientists are dying.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. Yeah, it's well. Oh man. So the tagline is "You can't handle the tooth."
Genius.
That doesn't even make sense with the movie.
No.
But yeah, it says right here, a bad deed on the part of a tough minor league hockey player results in an unusual sentence. He must serve 1 week as a real-life tooth fairy.
Sounds like gold.
Like, is he a mystical Tooth Fairy? Or does he just have to dress up in
I don't remember.
like a court-ordered Tooth Fairy?
I don't know if I actually watched it.
You watched it.
I know I did.
Well, let's all watch it for next week, and then we'll have a discussion.
Yeah, I'm right on that.
All right, sounds good.
And then we'll realize how terrible it was, and we'll never do it again. Bad idea. Well, I guess that takes us to news for the week. I only have like one piece of news worth discussing, and it's on a topic we talked about last week, I believe, off air.
Stuffed crust pizza?
Boner pills?
All great guesses. But no, the TurboGrafx 16 is releasing a classic version.
Oh, I did see that.
That's
That's right.
awesome. That
It's
is
going to
so
come
cool.
in March with 50 or so games, and just, because I think about you guys, Bonk's Revenge is on there.
Did they have
And
50
Bonk's Adventure?
games?
I know. Like, when they said 50 games, like I could think of two. Bonk's Adventure
It must
and
be
Bonk's
like
Revenge.
every game.
Well, here's the thing. It's like 20 or 25 North American games and like 20 or 25 Japanese-only games.
Oh, that's
Are they going to be
balling.
translated?
I hope not.
That's a great question. Maybe? Like, the only game I recognized was Bonk's Revenge because you guys told me about it. Here's a couple other ones. You guys ready for this list?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got Air Zonk,
Nope.
Alien Crush.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
I think I remember that game. Was it like
It's a
Gradius
dating game.
Yeah. You're right. I was wrong.
It's like human dudes are all right, but I'm really into Zartons, so I have a crush on. Blazing Lasers.
I like the sound of that.
The Blazing or the Lasers?
They made a Bomberman game for this. Bomberman 93. Good year.
Interesting.
What happened in 93?
The new Bomberman came out. I have never heard of any of it. There's Power Golf, Space Harrier. Right? That kind of rings a bell.
A little bit.
But Dungeon Explorer and Kadash, Cadash is one of them, and Chu Man Fu.
Chu Man Fu, is it like CHEW?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds good.
I'm pre-ordering this thing.
Is it like an updated Burger Time?
That's what I was thinking too. Something in the Burger Time universe. Yeah. Maybe like Burger Time, but with sushi or some crazy shit.
Gotta roll up the rice.
There's a couple of the Japanese games. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce these
I think you should.
correctly.
Just for the fans.
Do the fans really want me to talk in horribly broken and unpronounced Japanese?
I kind of do.
I don't care about the fans. I do.
All right, fine. Okay, I'm going to save the first one for last, but because that's the toughest. Appare Gate Ball. Well, you got Bomberman 94. 94 came out in Japan, I guess. We weren't lucky enough.
Ooh.
Cho Aniki. Oh, boy, here's a tough one. Daimaka Imura, which is... I think I actually nailed that one, but its the translation is Ghouls and Ghosts.
Oh, so it's a Ghouls
which was
and Ghosts
out
game.
for super graphics. Gradius 2, Nectaris, Newtopia 1 and 2, PG Genjin.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, PG Genjin.
PC Genjin, and then in parentheses it's translated as Bonk.
The original
Which
Bonk.
is an interesting translation. But here's the who. Okay, you ready for this tough one? Akumajo Dracula y Chino Rondo.
Oh,
which is Castlevania.
Rondo
of
Blood. Yeah.
That sounds cool.
It's a good game, too. Any Castlevania is a good game. But
There's also one game called The Kung Fu.
I like it.
And in parentheses, China Warrior.
Oh, even better.
Is
Sold.
the discipline of Kung Fu from China?
I thought it was Korean.
I thought it was Japanese.
I don't think we should talk about it.
Well, it's just its nation
right.
of origin.
I saw that
I'm going to look it up.
the PlayStation Classic price went down. It's like $30 now.
I googled Kung Fu, and it says Kung Fu near Palmerin.
Nice. Oh, it is from China, apparently. Chinese martial arts.
Okay. Wushu. That's why we didn't know.
Mushu?
Wushu.
But apparently it's like the blueprint for several hundred other fighting styles.
Yeah.
It's like the base. It's like the eggs of the martial arts world.
Yeah, it's like walking and freestyle walking.
Your basic lands and magic.
Oh, if we have to go there.
Boy. I don't think there's any other news or anything cool to discuss, so I guess you guys want to just get into this or what?
Go right to it, Poppascotch, Esquire.
Yeah, stick it right in my Cooper.
It's terrible. Terrible.
Well, something we've noticed for all you fans out there is apparently the episode we did on Sly Cooper was a hit, and a lot of people really enjoyed it. So this week we are doing Sly 2, Band of Thieves.
The fans want.
We're entertainers, you know? We give them what they want.
Yeah, they're paying our salaries.
They are?
It was released September 14th, 2004, which is dangerously close to, what was it?
To 9/11, yeah.
That's right.
Not as
9/11,
close, not as
right.
close as the first Sly Cooper game was, but
No.
That's true. It was released for PlayStation 2 by Sucker Punch and then published by Sony Computer Entertainment of America. So it was a first-party PlayStation 2 game. Genre that they mostly come up with was platformer, stealth game, beat-em-up type. I don't know what else you'd call it. But there's no one that I could find that, had the balls to call themselves the writer for this game.
Which is a shame because it was actually decently written.
Yep. But it's just, we call it the Jurassic the Hunted effect that no one wants to take credit.
Everybody knows about that.
So I picked this game So I guess that I will give us a little quick rundown of where we are before the story starts.
If you want to know, why don't you check out our other podcast where we talk about the first game.
Yeah, if you guys want to catch up, go ahead and stop this, pause it, and then come back after you listen to the first episode. It'll probably it won't make more sense.
None of this makes sense.
Do it if you want, but this is gonna be a standalone episode over here. But basically, it's 2 years after the first game had completed. Clockwork had been defeated. He was a big enemy from the first one, and he was I guess you'd call him an immortal robot owl. Is he an owl?
Yeah.
I thought it was an owl.
Yeah.
Some type of bird thing. And you defeat him in the first game. His parts went flying everywhere, and then people have essentially been taking his body parts and doing crazy, weird science stuff with them. So, in this mission, your goal is to find all these parts and destroy them.
Well, you break into the museum to try and get them, and they've already been stolen.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Well, the point is to find all the parts, then destroy them.
Yes.
Correctamundo.
And then we start the game in Cairo, which, as Syintist just told us, went to steal the parts, and they were all gone. The only really thing of interest to discuss in this part is really Bentley and Murray are now in the field, which means they're playable characters.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were not in the first game whatsoever.
And there's a new sidekick of Carmelita.
Yeah, you get a lot more of Carmelita's co-workers and such.
Yeah, they did a decent job of kind of fleshing out her character a little bit more, because she was always just like, in the first game at least, the mad, like...
Spicy Latina. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely Latinaed it down for this one.
Yeah, right.
Different voice acting.
No, I was gonna say she was mostly useless in the first game. She just she just always show up after they already left, and then bust the criminal that the Sly Cooper gang left up, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I'll get those 3."
Yeah.
But she has a much more active role in this game. But they confront Carmelita and is it Neela or Nyla? I think it's Neela.
They say Neela, yeah.
Yeah, they both confront the group, but they escape anyway. But it doesn't matter because the parts aren't here, so they have to go looking for them.
Yeah, but Carmelita and Neela were like waiting there in sarcophagi.
Yeah, they thought for some reason they thought the Cooper gang stole it, and
She's like, you thieves always come back to the scene of the crime.
then the constable Neela lets it slip that the Claw gang must have taken them. Claw gang.
Yeah.
And here's the thing I don't understand, which is more of a, like, I don't really expect a good answer from anybody because you guys probably don't know, but I'm looking to connect some dots of you fought Clockwork, you killed Clockwork, you must have at least assumed at that point some of his parts were valuable or weren't destroyed properly, and then you just leave the area,
Wasn't he like...
and all these
Well, yeah,
parts
you
get
had
recovered.
to escape before Carmelita arrested you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
Didn't you listen to our last podcast?
Wasn't he like
on that?
lying in lava
No.
too?
Yeah, he was.
So you figured
It
the
was like in
parts
a
were just going to
volcano.
die,
Yeah.
but the parts were immortal.
Apparently, some scientists got them all and brought them to the Cairo Museum.
They just put on their, like,
Science uniforms.
how do we call their science uniforms, and then held their nose and just sunk in that lava, picked all that shit out.
The
Yeah.
pussies who didn't dive in head first. Yeah.
That's the trick, right? It's like
He is a scientist.
you want to fall backwards off the boat and hop in. You don't want to. That's oh boy, scientists, you're gonna get someone killed out there.
Oh, because jumping in and holding their nose would have saved them.
Like, I could jump in this lava. It's fine. I have to hold my nose and not go head first.
Yeah, that's how you survive.
Okay. But then we go and we head to Paris. And what fun person do we meet in Paris there, Mr. Scientist?
Do we meet or are we going after? What are you asking?
Both.
Okay. You're going after Dimitri, who's a forger, an art forger. He gets them and sells them and makes money.
He's also
that
a
way.
nightclub owner.
Yeah.
What's
And
not?
he also has the clockwork tail feathers. And you gotta.
Which I don't understand how he's using them to print money, but
We didn't get to that part yet.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, slow down.
Yeah,
Jesus.
jeez.
Man. Let's not jump ahead. We have all day.
All right, fine.
But you go there and you basically just have to do recon and figure out where everything is and how to get into the facilities.
And am I the only person that definitely gets the vibe that all of these ambiguously ethnic enemies are definitely voiced by white dudes?
Oh, they all are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah, I realized 2004 was a different time.
Yeah.
But, just...
Well, they really had the stereotyped voices in the first one, so I think they cut back on this one.
Yeah, they definitely cut back on the stereotypes and the racism.
Yeah.
Did they?
Well, it's a lot less than the first one.
I think they did. Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely the no more of the newspaper headlines that got pretty spicy in there. But
What was it, like hot Latin Spitfire
Yeah.
catches?
I missed those. I was like, where are they?
oh, Jesus. Okay, well then what happens after that there, Syintist?
Well, they kind of like set up each place where it's like a huge heist that they have to plan and come up with things for, which is much more interesting than the first one, I think. Like they have to go and do recon and take pictures and figure out where the stuff is.
Yeah, and Bentley's always like, well, this is what we do.
Yeah.
I'm just... It seems like the game definitely got a little bit more... I don't want to usually say the word complicated, but I think they did a pretty good job of mixing in like Murray's strength and Bentley's strengths and putting them into the gameplay to mix it up a little bit more.
Yeah, and it made more of a story that they actually had to plan this out and couldn't just break into things like they did in the first one.
Yeah, they're not just winging
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
And then you don't just have Bentley in the truck yelling at you, calling you an idiot.
And Murray getting stuck racing people for keys or whatever.
Yeah, were there any races in this one?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't remember playing it, but
No, I did see the there's I guess a hacking mini game. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's like a top-down shooter almost, and it's what Bentley basically does when he hacks stuff, and it appeared through the video I watched that happened entirely too often.
well, it was probably spread out more often than it was in the video, so
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Still too often.
yeah. So you do all
Agreed.
this recon, and you find out that he's using the tail feathers to print money because they never wear out.
Oh. Thank God we waited the 2 minutes to tell me that.
But see, if you would have just shut your mouth, you would have found out anyway.
Well, I want to say things too.
All right, so what happens after they figure out he's using them to print money? Chump Slap.
I don't know. Don't they run into Neela here?
Somewhere along this way, yeah.
Yeah. She says she'll help him get the pieces, but you got to keep up with me. And then you got to race following her around.
Yeah, I remember those not being fun. Am I the only one that played this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I played the first one, but not the other ones that were released for like PS3 when those versions came out, the HD versions.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing about this, like you fight Dimitri and you throw him in like a machine to do the death blow, and he gets spit out the other side. I don't know if you guys remember seeing this in the boss fight, but then like he plops down in like a garbage bin, and it's all funny and stuff. But he still has a cigarette in his mouth. How do you get through that machine with a cigarette in his mouth?
That's the thing you have a problem with?
Just one of many. We can move on, but it's just worth noting here. There's also some spelling mistakes later that I have to point out, but we'll get there.
Well, yeah. That's part of his anatomy. He always has a cigarette.
But yeah, you do.
That's like how he breathes through
Yeah.
that. Those are his nostrils.
Well, you also like set bugs and stuff to hero things as you know this plan. You skipped over all of that stuff where he rips down the front of the nightclub.
Well, yeah, he ripped down the sign and it cracks open the printing press. And
Yeah. You could jump in and do that.
I did bypass that because this is a pretty long game. I definitely was a little bit lighter on my notes. I only have like 6 pages of notes for this one.
6? I fit it all on the same size page I do everything on.
I had to write really small, though.
Yeah. It makes it hard to read. But
I don't even know what half the shit says.
But anyway, so they defeat him, and then they head to where?
they get the tail feathers. And they head to India after taking another break between their vacation-style things.
I'm glad to see that held over. Every time they do a mission, they take like a week off. They take like a vacation wherever they are.
Yeah, so they take a vacation in France. And then they head towards India to get to Rajan.
Yeah, the Spice Lord.
Yeah, the Spice Lord Bengal Tiger, who has the clockwork wings just to pretty up his castle.
And spice is just drugs, right?
I assumed it's a childhood, like a child-friendly drugs, yes.
Yeah, instead of saying heroin or whatever.
They just say spice.
Right. And there's and not to get too far ahead, but there's a plot point where they remanufacture the spice and then try to get people to eat it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, wait, is it really spice? Like, I don't understand.
Wait, you didn't get this through the whole thing? That it was just kind of...
It's actual just spices, like allspice.
What do you think it was Dune?
What? Is he has the wings, but they're just on display. They're not actually...
They're not doing
that's
anything.
like the only piece of clockwork that's not doing anything, right?
Yeah, it's just printing up his throne.
Yeah. And this part is so fucking stupid.
When you get the tux and sneak into the ballroom?
Yes. It's like, here, try on this tux of disguise.
Did I also see that there's a dancing sequence with Carmelita and Nyla?
You do Neela first, yeah.
Yeah, she
Neela.
teaches you how to dance.
And she knows you're Sly Cooper right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was... Oh, that's... Yeah. But this sequence also seemed like it went on for way too long.
Yes. I watched the
And then
whole
you finish it,
thing.
and then you have a whole other one with Carmelita.
The same exact thing.
But yeah, Bentley comes up with a plan after all your recon and stuff that you're going to dance with Carmelita and everybody's going to be so entranced with the two of you dancing that Murray's going to be, a big hippo, is going to be able to winch down, cut the wings off, and lift them up with nobody noticing.
This is a genius plan. It
Yeah,
worked.
it worked. I can't fault him for that.
Flawless.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why does he have to... Oh, he has to destroy the bridge so backup doesn't come.
Yeah. And they do a whole bunch of stuff. And they escape with the wings, successfully stealing the wings. And Carmelita and Neela and the Contessa, who Neela, I assume, works for, is also there. But they notice the wings are stolen right away.
After the dance.
Yeah, after the dance is over.
After everyone takes their eyes off of the dance.
And she doesn't know you're Cooper.
Which I don't want to say I have a problem with it, but Contessa is basically a human from the waist up, and the rest is a spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I understood.
Like in a world of anthropomorphic animals, she seems very out of place.
Because she's an insect and the other ones aren't?
Yeah.
Well, she's an arachnid. Sorry. She was an arachnid.
Yeah, please. Don't want to offend our insect listeners.
Yes.
Yeah, I was about to hop all over you for that one. Like, hard. But it's just a note. It just seemed, like, weird and different.
Only birds and mammals are allowed to be anthropomorphic?
Yes.
Well, she had funny eyes.
Because I'm from America, where we only celebrate birds and animal anthropomorphizing.
Hashtag that.
Don't need any of them dirty arachnids coming in here.
Whoa, calm down.
She had different looking eyes, if that makes it any better.
The Poppascotch rant hour.
She was hypnotizing motherfuckers. Her eyes were way different.
We didn't get to that part yet, but she's a good guy here.
Yeah, they show her backstory. She killed her husband or something.
That's in the future. We'll get to that.
That's not in the future.
No, but
okay.
you don't know she's a bad person yet.
Oh, yes.
Well, take us there, Syintist. Where do we go after this?
Well, we head deeper into the jungle to try and get another clockwork part from Rajan because he has the clockwork heart.
But did you know that? Like right away, they're like, "Oh, we got to go follow him down." It's like, why?
I don't know. I was wondering that also.
And then when you get there, it's like, "Oh, that's why."
There's no reason to follow him unless you're going for the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember them saying, or like Neela or anyone being like, "Hey, by the way, he also has the heart." Isn't that nuts? Get that while you're here.
Yeah, exactly. Like they run away, and then I guess he runs away.
Yeah, he escapes through the thing.
What?
After Carmelita and Neela try and arrest everybody, I think.
Why didn't they fucking just arrest him to begin with? They knew where he was. They knew his house.
They were trying to get
They're
the
at
heart.
his party.
Maybe they knew he had the heart and they were trying to get it.
They see the fucking stolen wings.
They're undercover.
Touche.
Well, here's the question I'm coming up with: are the police just trying to arrest the Claw members, or are the police trying to collect all the clockwork parts? Or I guess they're trying to recover them, right? Because they've been stolen.
Yeah, I would think they're trying to do both. I mean, it's a huge drug shipping operation here.
Oh, so it could be something like, hey, we think these huge quote-unquote spice manufacturers have one of those things you stole. We can use this, like, to bust them hard.
Yeah, that's what I took.
Okay.
As.
Yeah, they need an excuse to bust him. You can't just bust him.
Yeah, this is India. There's no RICO laws.
I love
there.
how Neela's like, I can't just go in there without a warrant. Like, She can get warrants for any place in the world. The fuck.
Yeah, and all they need is one person walking out like, hey, did you see a couple of wings anywhere? Like, oh, yeah, he has them on display, like on his throne.
But I assume they're part of Interpol. Interpol just can't go into places.
Yeah, but what is that like a thing? Like you need warrants everywhere in the world?
No.
Exactly.
Maybe you did here.
Maybe.
I'm not exactly sure on India's privacy laws.
I'm not up on my Indian law, but seemed a little fishy.
But anyway, he chased Rajan deeper into the forest, and it's an old abandoned temple, and he's using the clockwork heart to increase his spice production as a pump somehow. And he's also got half of it on his staff.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Where'd the other half? The other half was used like in the machine to make the spice? Okay.
Oh, and this is the part where Nyla basically takes them, like holds their hand into the abandoned temple.
Yeah, Neela does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I keep saying Nyla?
Because it's
Spelled
spelled
that
with
way.
a Y. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but she helps you get through and like get through the defenses, which even at this point seems kind of shady.
I don't know, she seems like a maverick cop. Like,
Yeah, she's just doing her own thing.
Yeah,
kind of like Riggs or Murtaugh.
a different sense
Like
of
a loose cannon.
a different sense of good and bad from Carmelita.
Carmelita seems like an idiot, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then Sly asks her out. It's like, hey, why don't we go out and have a night on the town in India?
Yeah, that was very strange. She always know. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. What's up, sailor? But yeah, it said here that they're using half of the heart to irrigate the crops.
Yeah, I knew it was pumping something, but
Yeah, and it upped spice production by 10 times
yeah, it's a lot.
just for a pump of water. How did that work?
Well, it's a very special pump because it was the heart of clockwork.
Oh, yeah, true, I guess.
And eventually you get to a boss fight with Rajan, and Murray faces him.
Yeah, but you got to flood the temple first.
Oh, yeah, you flood the temple. I don't know. Poppascotch wanted to skip all over all of those parts. So
Well, you flood
I didn't
the
say
temple.
all.
you flood the temple, then you get Rajan.
There we go.
And yeah, they had some pretty good banter back and forth, Murray and Rajan.
I don't know. Murray kind of annoyed me through the whole game, so I ignored what he said.
Why?
He just did.
Just his voice? The way he talked?
The voice. And he's always third person talking. The Murray.
The Murray.
And he also may be developmentally disabled.
Oh, no, he definitely
Oh,
is.
yeah, there's no question. That's why he was in the orphanage to begin with.
Yeah,
his parents didn't
His parents
want him.
weren't dead. They just got rid of him.
Jesus.
Did you miss that part?
Those hippo parents are heartless.
Yep. They don't give a fuck.
But after you beat Rajan, then Neela betrays you and gets you arrested by Interpol. Well, Murray and Cooper.
And Carmelita.
And Carmelita, because she says Carmelita was dancing with Sly. Because everybody can tell from the picture that it was Sly Cooper. But Carmelita dancing with her.
I didn't even think of that.
Who is known, a worldwide known detective.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't figure it out. This guy who I spent a whole other game trying to bust never occurred to me.
And he looks exactly the same. He says he's wearing a tux.
Yeah, and the Contessa she has the authority to just arrest everybody. Apparently.
Well, I guess that there were warrants out for the Cooper gang anyway. But she runs the prison that they go to.
Yeah.
And somehow Bentley escapes. He didn't fall in the pit with Cooper and Murray. And everybody seems to forget about him.
I don't even know if they knew about him because he wasn't really on the scenes most of the time. He was always hiding out in the back.
They got to know about the Cooper gang.
Well, they do, but
And Carmelita met him before, didn't she? Maybe not.
maybe.
Anyway, Bentley escapes, and Murray and Cooper get arrested.
And then it's the Bentley show after this.
Yeah, this is your time to shine, Poppascotch.
I swear
just
they
wanna-
changed voices. I swear it's a different Bentley voice in this game. It's probably
Yeah.
something I could easily look up.
He definitely didn't sound nearly as
I don't know if
cool.
it was just me romanticizing your version of him.
Yeah, that could have been
Maybe
it.
that's what it was. It's hard not to love my version of it. But I'm gonna look that up. Where do they go to break them out?
Bentley heads towards Prague, which I guess is where the Interpol's prison is. It's at the Contessa's mansion somehow.
Yeah, she owns a prison. She
Yeah.
privately owns a prison that hypnotizes and...
Well, it goes into her backstory that she married somebody rich. He died mysteriously. I assume she's a Black Widow, so it's kind of like that.
yeah, because she's a widow.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And she studied psychotherapy, I guess, and learned how to hypnotize people and try and rehabilitate these criminals. What
Okay,
they're doing,
I need to pause you right there. She studied psychotherapy.
Something like that. I
No,
don't remember
that's
exactly what it was.
well, that's not, not saying you're not putting all the facts out here, but like what colleges have degrees in psychomanipulative therapy? Like, can you go
I
to
think she
MIT?
added the manipulative part. I don't think she was studying that. I think it's just a psychology degree that she,
Sounds like
maybe even like a psychology.
like a Slytherin house bullshit.
What the fuck are you talking
It's
about?
Harry Potter, bro.
Seriously, you should at least know that.
No. Sorry, no.
Don't be willfully
I
ignorant.
knew it was something stupid. I thought it was Star Wars, but
Oh, is that why you came
I
at
was
me so
wrong.
hard?
That's it. I'm done.
Like, are you fucking
I
talking
can't do
about
this
Star Wars
anymore.
again, you piece of shit?
that's what I was thinking. I didn't say it.
Oh, Jesus. No, it's Harry Potter. I've only ever seen the first Harry Potter, and that was like when it came out. I haven't seen any of the other ones. But just from being a part of the cultural zeitgeist, I know what the different houses are.
I have no idea what any of them are.
All right.
Well, now you know one.
You got to get the sorting hat, bro.
All right.
I got to piss. You can keep
But
talking.
as you're saying, in this world of anthropomorphic,
Anthropomorphic?
that's what I said. Maybe
Anamorphic?
animaniac type things.
Animatronic? Like the Hall of Presidents?
We're sailors.
I'm
on
just
the
saying.
moon.
In this world, there might be some type of psychotherapy that is offered at colleges.
I would imagine they're doctors, aren't they? They go to college.
Somebody has to, yeah.
I mean, there's not psychomanipulative therapy, but
Yeah,
she could have done a doctorate in psychotherapy with
yeah, I'm sure there's something.
regressive things.
It actually is the same voice actor. He appears to have done Bentley in every version of Bentley, including, all the Sly games, obviously, and PlayStation Move Heroes and PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. And now, at this point, I'm kind of disappointed they haven't redone PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
It was fun to play on
I never even played it.
Vita. Yeah, I played it on Vita.
Had I known he was in it.
I know, right?
I don't
Different
remember
story
him
now,
being
right?
in it. I don't remember him at all being in it. But anyway, Bentley does recon on this prison and finds out that, unsurprisingly, the spider is...
Hold on. He learns to drive stick
Oh, yeah.
first.
That's
Character development, my bad.
Thank you for stopping the podcast to a halt to fucking tell us that. Appreciate it.
Hey, well, it stopped anyway.
Hey, I had it written in my notes. It's going to be said.
I just want to say, the animation of Bentley running is so funny.
I don't remember.
Dude,
what
it's
it was.
He
weird,
just
yeah.
looks- I don't know. I thought it was awesome.
He's a turtle. I mean, how can he run?
It was the best part of the game. I was like, oh, yes. It's
I give that a 27 in the rest of the game.
But it's like, I know what you mean. The animation, like his waist up, like the shell part is like tilted backwards, and his feet are
Yeah.
just like
Oh,
moving
yeah,
like
as-
crazy.
like
As
as
you
he's
play him?
walking. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It looks so funny. I love it.
And then he gets like a firearm that no one else gets to take out enemies. It's like a dart gun
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that.
It's a sleep dart gun, yeah.
Yeah. And he has bombs.
Yeah. Yeah, in this game, you can actually like buy upgrades for all your stuff. You have to spend points for it. They didn't do any of that in the movie I saw.
Yeah, I didn't see
So you
anything
can
about that.
upgrade like everybody's abilities and darts and whatnot. But anyway, Bentley does recon and finds out, unsurprisingly, the big spider, scary spider, is a bad guy from the Claw Gang.
Oh, this is where he like hits her with darts and listens to
Yeah.
the vibrations of the feathers of the darts or something
Yeah.
weird.
Science talk.
Yeah. Obviously, it was over my head.
But apparently she's just been hypnotizing criminals to find out, and then they tell her where their stashes are buried. I don't exactly know how this fits into the drug operation, but
Yeah. Well, where's all the money from the drugs buried?
Yeah, I didn't quite understand
anyway.
that part either.
Maybe that's where they got all the capital to start their drug operation.
And eventually, you find out that she's trying to brainwash Murray. And for some reason, you decide to save Sly first.
Why is she brainwashing Murray? Do they
'Cause
have a stash?
He's weaker willed than the other one.
But do they have a stash somewhere?
Probably they're thieves. They've been stealing shit for how long?
Well, no, that was the Contessa's whole motivation. She opened the prison so that she could house inmates, so she could hypnotize them and then find out where their stashes are. That was her whole plan for everything. Like,
Yeah, but I'm just like,
not including even the Sly Cooper gang. Like, it was for any criminals.
yeah. So when she's trying to hypnotize Sly Cooper's gang, is she trying to figure out where their stash is? Is she just trying to hypnotize them to get them to work for her, or what?
No,
didn't understand
I
that.
gathered it was to find the stash. And now that they already had one or two clockwork parts, she's like, oh, sweet, bonus.
Okay.
She was a dick way before any of these events of the
Yeah,
story.
obviously.
So he breaks Sly out first, even though Murray's the one in danger. And I guess then Sly and Bentley combined their forces to knock out the security system and save Murray.
Yeah, you got to turn on all the hypno boxes to make Murray rage out of his own cage. It's like, okay, he could get out the whole time. He just needed to rage a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh. When they get Murray out.
Are you going to talk about where he hid this?
Yeah. I was like, what is Murray's head up his ass? Oh, it's heart.
Yeah.
He's like, I hid this. They couldn't find it.
Yeah, I love that. It just reminded me of Christopher Walken from
So
Pulp
me too.
Fiction.
I had this thing up my ass.
It's like, so I hid it.
That's what I was like, Murray. As soon as he pulls it out, I was like, they couldn't find it. I was like, okay. We all know where it was.
Yeah, all right.
Game's not a game without some ass smuggling.
True that.
Hashtag
Then after
ass
you break-
smuggling.
Then after you break Murray out, the Contessa escapes, and Bentley goes on and waxes poetic about how he saved everybody and how great he is, which was really annoying.
Not very humble, that Murray, huh?
No, that was Bentley.
Bentley.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Did I say Murray?
Oh, well, that's on brand for Bentley.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is a fucking smug piece of shit.
He's like, oh, I broke everybody out. I'm the best. I can't do the
so
voice.
great. Let me drive all the time now.
Yeah, that's all right.
Then you end up going to the Contessa's castle, which is, I guess, where she fled to.
Oh, I thought it was all in the same building.
Well, one was the prison, one was the castle.
Oh, okay.
I think
Where she
it's
has
the
the
same
clockwork
like
eyes.
compound.
Yeah.
Like the same complex.
Just different levels.
All right.
But she has the clockwork eyes, which enhances her hypnotizing power. And you find out that Carmelita is captured and being hypnotized by the Contessa for some reason.
Yeah, why would they be hypnotizing her? Because I get hypnotizing the criminals so you could find their stashes, but what's the benefit? Is she planning on like making her a secret agent for her, maybe, or?
That's kind of what I was thinking, Manchurian Candidate-ish.
Or maybe she actually thought she was in with the Cooper gang.
Which honestly, that's a pretty fair assumption. Like, how is she chasing them for
3 years now.
Yeah, through 30 different
Yeah.
countries and hasn't got him yet.
Yeah.
But she's
Fair.
trying to do something to Carmelita. And I have a problem with this part coming up.
Okay. Talk about it.
When they talk about going to the head of security and they basically kidnap him and torture him to give him information. Like, he hates water and fire, and they're basically just torturing him until he cries.
Well, I think we've talked about torture on the podcast before and the fact that it always works and it's always super
Oh, yeah,
easy.
right away.
Yeah.
Well, this game makes it seem even just as easy. The guy's afraid of water. Boom, he'll tell you everything.
Yeah, I don't know what you're having problems with here.
No, my problem is with them being holier than thou and then kidnapping and torturing somebody.
Oh yeah. Where's fucking Sly saying?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
we're better than these guys. Let's
Yeah.
torture them.
Well,
That was my problem, not with what they did.
I gotcha.
we can get into the morality of Sly later because
I don't really like the guy.
He doesn't have any. He just fucking pretends like he's better than everybody.
which is the worst kind of morality.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're counterfeiting as a thief.
Oh,
That's not
fake
how.
paintings.
That's not
Ugh.
honorable.
Yeah, that's so dishonorable.
You'd rather take the stuff from somebody. That's much more honorable.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But it's cool if I steal it because my whole family's been doing it for years. Sorry to
All
interrupt,
right.
but I was that had to be said.
Is
Tell-
this the part where Bentley pretends to be Neela?
That's coming up, yeah, because Neela is apparently at war with the Contessa now.
Yeah, where'd that happen?
I don't know.
See, that's why I thought maybe Contessa actually thought Carmelita was with the gang because Neela's the one who told her that.
No, I think, and I have written in my notes that because Neela got the Cooper gang, well, 2 out of 3, 66% of the Cooper gang, and Carmelita, she got promoted to captain
Yeah.
in Interpol.
Yeah.
And then when she got promoted, she turns around and arrests the Contessa.
Oh, she's trying to.
Okay.
Yeah, she only wants the parts. She doesn't give a shit about any of these other criminals.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but she spent her whole life getting to this point, just to get these parts.
No, she's under orders from someone we'll meet later.
Okay.
What happens next? They go through this whole elaborate plan to start a war between the Contessa and Neela. It involves a mojo bomb of some sort.
Yeah,
I forgot the mojo bomb.
I didn't understand that.
I assume it has something to do with ghosts and supernatural stuff because that's seems to be what this level is.
But how does Bentley do her voice?
I think they hack into the system.
And he just had like a voice modulator
Yeah.
that sound exactly like Neela.
Yeah,
All right.
after the first 2 sentences he says sound like himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, what about his voice doesn't give you the idea that he can mimic any voice? Like when he's talking, like, oh, I don't know about leave. Oh.
That's true.
It's like you know how close that was to George Clooney? Like,
I thought it was. I thought he was in your room.
But fucking Bentley.
But you hatch this huge plan. You go in and you save Carmelita, and you get one of Clockwork's eyes.
Did you get one or both of them here?
One.
Just the one. Contessa takes the other one.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Then you chase.
Contessa and...
You have to fight her twice, apparently.
Yeah. And Bentley crashes a blimp I have written. I don't remember that part really, but anyway. You go into the Contessa fight. Beat her and get the both eyes. Get the other eye from her so you now have 2.
Are you sly fighting her? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have to run after Neela to get the first. You have to chase Neela to grab the first eye.
That's right. And she does that thing where she like hypnotizes you.
Yeah.
Did you guys like see the fight where it's like in this crazy hypnotized world and you're like stumbling around and then she attacks you? I thought that was a pretty neat.
Yeah, that was pretty
Feature.
cool. It was like the coolest part of any fight that I saw in this game.
Yeah, the rest was just like running away and jumping.
Yeah, it was like kiting. That's all you had to do
Oh, that's right.
to any fight. It was just
So you get both eyes.
silly.
What's the next part of the journey there, Poppascotch?
I have written down that we head to Canada.
All right, what's this I have written down? Sly helps Carmelita escape, but she has Murray hostage. Did I make that up?
No, she tries to arrest them, but she's not within Interpol anymore. So they kind of just,
They just stop her.
yeah,
Okay.
they kind of get out. And they take her with them. She escapes with them. And then
Oh,
after they
that's
get out,
right.
they
All
go
right,
separate ways.
I got you.
All right, now you can go Poppascotch.
Yep.
So then there was a really adorable animation scene where they said something along there was a lot of violence in Canada. And then, which is funny
And
out the
least
gate,
believable
but then
part of the
they
scene.
had like a rabbit punching another cartoon rabbit.
That was pretty good.
And then for some reason the Northern Lights were messed up. They'd be there one day and then gone the next.
Mhm.
But anyway, the whole point is to get to Canada so they can stop Baron Jean Bisons, who is using...
Bison? Come on.
Sorry, you're right. That was fucking unforgivable. Sorry.
Jean
But,
Bison.
He's using Clockwork's lungs to move spice.
And stomach.
Was it the stuff? Okay.
Oh, is that where they got the 3 pieces? Okay.
Yeah.
All I had was stomach written down.
Oh, yeah, they used one... Each lung was like pumping air into the coal engine.
The train's moving the drugs around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically we have like all these fancy planes and blimps and other shit, but we're still running on fossil fuels. Our trains, steam
On
engines.
tracks.
Yeah. Fucking noob stuff. But Anyway, so there's two sequences where you fight like on the trains. One you're as Bentley and one you're as Sly Cooper. And with the Bentley one, you're kind of shooting everyone, and then the Sly one, you're like sneaking around through the train car. But the whole purpose is the same. You get to the engine and steal the part.
Yeah, like no one stops you, right? You have to shoot down Neela.
Yeah, that's on the last one.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I have written down here at some point, Sly overhears a phone conversation between Bison and Arpeggio. Is that how it's pronounced? Arpeggio.
Yeah.
Who is the Claw Chief. Apparently he's running the show, and you're just hearing about him right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's the Spice Lord.
The Spice Lord, yes. Lord of Spices.
What kind of information is given to us in that phone call?
I don't know. Why don't you go ahead and tell us there, buddy?
I assume it's the location of the Talons?
Not yet.
No? Well, I assumed wrong.
Well, isn't it that he's coming to pick up a battery and he'll be there?
Oh, yeah. He's like, is the Northern Lights battery ready or whatever?
And he's going to be there in a day or two to pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
But after you get the stomach and take down Neela with a bunch of remote control helicopters.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that part. Like while you're on top of the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get the stomach. And then you find out that Jean Bisson wants to have a lumberjack contest because that's what Bisons do.
Yeah, where the fuck did that come from? Like, I was so confused that all these enemies, maybe not all of them, but most of them were using Clockwork's parts aside from the wings. They were using them functionally.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's using them because he's cut down a shit ton of trees with him already.
Yeah, because for some reason he really hates nature.
Yeah.
But then why would he offer them as a prize in a competition?
I think it's his own hubris. He's the best lumberjack.
Yeah,
there
he
is.
knows he can't lose the competition.
Which he probably was right because.
Yeah, he paid off he threatened the judges.
I mean, he also was. Sly cheated through the whole entire contest.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'll tell you why he hates nature, though. Because he was frozen once.
That's right, because he's frozen
that's
from the
right.
1800s.
Yeah.
And then global warming got him out. Yeah.
Yeah, it saved him.
Thank God for global warming.
So while he's waiting for Arpeggio, Jean Bisson decides to throw a lumberjack contest.
And you're the only other lumberjacks
Yeah.
that enter. And how come you get different people do each thing?
Yeah.
How is that a fucking competition?
I don't know.
I didn't understand that at all.
It was just a very poorly run decathlon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do all this bullshit, and then you enter the contest. And you do awesomely for us, apparently, because that's what they taught you in the orphanage, is how to lumberjack. And,
Well, they taught you how to cheat.
No, well, and then you cheat when Jean Bisson gets up there, and he still does well because the judges are scared of him. But anyway, it ends up that they win, and Jean Bisson gets mad and knocks them all out and puts them in some kind of room. Not exactly sure how they got there, or why he didn't just kill them right there, but
Yeah, what happens there? Because you fight him.
yeah.
Who fights him? Which one of your characters? Is it Bentley?
I think it's Bentley, yeah.
It's either Bentley or Murray. Probably Bentley. He doesn't even fight him. He just kites and then yells to you to do stuff. It's like, burn him.
But this is also where isn't this the fight where Bison's like, oh yeah, by the way, while we're fighting, we stole all your parts that you had and then sold them to Arpeggio.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
He does that. Now Arpeggio has all the parts.
Which, that seems kind of lame.
Where did he get the parts? Like, how did Basson know where they were? You didn't keep them in your stash or something?
I don't know.
You kept them on your persons the whole time?
Maybe they were in the van.
I vaguely remember them saying they were in the van. Which
That
seems like a
seems-
bad place to store them.
Yes,
Yeah.
a very bad place.
What do I know? I'm not a career criminal yet. So,
No
Yet
honor.
is the word.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
But luckily, Bentley was hatching this plan this whole time to hollow out a battery and get taken onto Arpeggio's blimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he heard the phone call.
Yeah.
He knew that he was coming to pick up the battery, so he's like, let's hide in there.
Yeah, then we can get Arpeggio because he has the clockwork brain. They know that.
So they were going to go to him anyway. It just
Yeah.
so happens that they're going now when he has all the parts.
Yeah. And then when you walk out of your fake battery on the blimp, you find that he has all the parts put together.
Just floating around with magnets.
Yeah.
And isn't Arpeggio like a bird of some sort?
I assume it's a parrot or a parakeet.
It's
or something.
flightless.
Well, his wings are too small. Maybe his
Was it
species isn't
clipped?
flightless, but he can't fly. Because he was being made fun of by all the other
I don't think
ones.
that happens.
It could.
Maybe.
You'd never know.
Yeah, I'm not a bird.
Yeah,
So
because, I mean, as soon as you fell out of the nest, you wouldn't go anywhere and get eaten by something.
true. Yeah.
Deer or something that would eat you.
I never thought of that.
Well, you should. You should think about that often.
Well, I will from now on. Thank you for that.
I mean, there's got to be birds who are stupid and can't fly. They just die right away. See, birds do it right.
True.
But anyway, so we're on the blimp now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is where we find out the worst kept secret in the world that Neela is working with Arpeggio.
Yeah.
And then
Correct.
the plan is
trying
to,
to
I guess the plan is to make it so all those parts are combined with, all of Clockwork's parts are combined with Arpeggio, and then he becomes immortal.
Yes. That's his plan.
Yeah, but how's he immortal?
The hatred.
If hate made you immortal, oh man, I'm gonna live forever.
Yeah, I know, really.
Oh, boy. But not like that hate, listeners.
No. Self-hate.
They don't specify the type of hate in the game.
Fair.
It's just, I think it's a Ghostbusters 2 ooze under the city situation. It's just any general anger towards others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
But-
take it.
But then Neela betrays Arpeggio and installs her, I guess, mind into Clockwork and becomes Clockla.
Yeah, where did that come from?
What? The name?
Oh, because it's Neela and Clockwork.
You had to bring that up? You couldn't figure that out yourself?
No, because I was like, that's dumb. I was like, what's her name? Clockla?
I was right there with you. I was writing down my notes, and then I saw Cockla, and I'm like, that can't be right. I'm going to write it now, but that can't be right. You guys know how I feel when bad names come out.
Yeah. Oof. Stand back.
But they're headed towards Paris, and they're gonna. I don't remember exactly what they're.
This
planning
is
to do.
like the Ghostbuster thing. They're going to piss off all of Paris to make them all mad so she can get
the hatred.
the
of
hatred to
people.
become immortal.
So they just ripped off most of this from Ghostbusters too. I get it. That's cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
I believe this was written first.
Yeah,
Arpeggio. No, it was.
we didn't even talk about the Statue of Liberty walking down
Yeah.
Manhattan.
Oh, I just skipped over that. Bentley somehow made it happen. We can drive it with a Nintendo controller. Fucking Bentley. All right, anyway.
So you end up in a boss fight with Clockla, and Carmelita helps you.
Yeah, then you find out it's all about that hate chip.
Yep.
So you knock her out, steal the hate chip.
Carmelita steps on it.
Bentley gets
Tries to
hurt.
get something out of Clockla's mouth. Is that chip at the time?
Yeah, the chip. That's right. Why would it be in his mouth?
Well, where else would it be? It's a big
His
robotic
heart.
bird. And the club comes down and crushes Bentley, and Murray and Sly get him out, and he's like, I can't feel my legs.
Yeah, he became a little bitch.
Well, he was a little bitch before, but
Oh, we didn't even talk about Murray crying when he sees the van floating away on an iceberg.
Oh, we
I
skipped
forgot
that
all
part.
about that part. Maybe I just blocked it out because, you don't want to see your heroes be vulnerable.
That's probably it.
Yeah,
But-
it checks out.
And then after Carmelita steps on the hate chip, all the parts kind of disintegrate and go away, and Clockla's gone.
Yep. And then Carmelita's like, all right, well, you're all under arrest.
Yeah. And then she sees Murray crying, holding Bentley's.
Broken body.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of when Bane smashes Batman's back.
Yes. It's exactly like that.
Yep.
I think they use the same art.
Yeah. That's where they got it. But she lets Murray and Bentley go and takes Sly in because Sly offers himself
Yeah,
up.
Sly's like, take me. Leave these two fucking scum alone.
Oh, that's right. That was the deal. Like, you let them go, and I'll willingly
I like how
surrender.
it's like, I'm going to take all three of you in. How about you just take me and let the other two go?
It's
Deal.
like, well, It's like, you guys are in no position to fight back at this point, and your van is floating away on an iceberg, so I'm going to take all three of you. Counter offer.
Yeah, and then you're flying away in a helicopter, and then Carmelita and Sly are getting all buddy-buddy.
Yeah, for like hours.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear that exact final sequence told, but from Carmelita's perspective. Because the way Sly talks about it was very romantic, and we learned we had so much in common.
It was like the
Yeah.
first date.
And
Yeah.
he was like, I just try to keep him talking so we give up
Yeah.
information.
Yeah. She's
Her
probably like,
side's like, I even showed him the champagne I used to celebrate his loss because he's a fucking idiot. Finally got him. I'll drink it right in front of him. What?
She doesn't seem like a very good detective at all.
she always knows where they're going, though.
Yeah, but she can't capture anybody.
Well,
Detectives-
technically, they leave the other guys wrapped up for like gift wrap for her, so she's getting results from her bosses, right?
Well, she's been on the front page of a couple newspapers.
That's true.
Yeah, but she's also been fired in this game and replaced by a new up-and-comer.
Yeah, it's because she was falsely accused.
Well, how's she going to prove that now?
Well, she should have got a picture of Neela dancing with him, too.
There's all kinds of unreliable witnesses that saw Kakla.
Yeah.
But so
Well,
they
find out
look
that-
at the front. They realize they still haven't been there. It's like a 2-hour ride in a helicopter, but it should have been like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So Carmelita goes to see the driver. There's nobody there, and Sly just jumps away. He's like, peace, and then she's like, oh, I'll get you, handsome devil.
I think that's what she says.
She didn't sound like an old man, though.
And then she's like, I don't know how to fly a helicopter.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. I want to know how it was flying without somebody there in the first place.
Didn't
I
you
mean,
see?
he just had the thing, like,
They had it like
taped on.
a brick on a gas pedal.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, there's no gas pedals.
Yeah, that's not how that works, I don't think.
I don't think that's how it works either. It's just lift versus drag and rotation.
Oh. Is that from
Come on, you can get it.
Me, Myself, and Irene?
Yep.
Fuck you guys.
Oh,
I was thinking,
good
like,
stuff.
is that from Cobra?
Of course it's from Me, Myself, and Irene.
Or the Iron Eagle video series?
Airwolf?
Airwolf? Yeah, you can watch all of it on Hulu right now. Go watch Airwolf. Jesus.
But that's
But,
the end of the game. Sly gets away.
And then during the credits, there's some talk of what happens to everybody.
Yeah, I
but
didn't watch any of that. If you guys want to recoup of that.
I don't remember.
I'll run through it real quick. I got them written down. Basically, Carmelita continues to search for the Sly Cooper gang. That's pretty much all he said about her. And she got back into Interpol somehow. It was all fine now. Dimitri is now a dance instructor on a cruise ship.
Makes sense.
So he gave the painting up.
I don't know if he did.
Yeah.
Well, Rajan owns a series of rug outlets. And Contessa is the biggest real estate broker in Milwaukee. Now, this
So
is the
why
part
does-
I have a problem with because they spell Milwaukee wrong.
Why did Contessa go
Milwaukee.
away?
Yeah, well, how come none of these people are in jail?
I assume
That's a
they all
great
served
question.
their time.
Yeah, but it seems like a drug thing. There's a lot of time. to
Yeah,
serve.
well, Jean Bisson, they
What
don't say what happened to him.
Oh, it did. He now works for the EPA and then accidentally got frozen trying to save some penguins. So he's frozen.
Oh, that's
again.
right. Yeah.
So it's like a Mega Man ending where all the robots turn into good things.
Yes.
But how do they spell Milwaukee?
They spelled it Milwaukie instead of Kee.
Well, are you assuming that it's the Milwaukee you're thinking of? Maybe there's another Milwaukee somewhere.
Well,
It's
it is an
Milwaukee,
alternate-
Nova Scotia. That's one fucking letter off.
Yeah.
It is an alternate reality. Let's give them that.
All right. Milwaukie
Yeah.
is a city in Oregon.
I'm sure that's what they were talking about.
Oh,
Has to
I
be.
Googled it right here. It's city mostly in Clackamas County.
Shut the fuck up.
Very small portion extends into Molten Muff. Population of 20,000.
Hashtag shut up, scientists.
All right. Well, that does it.
What are your final
That's we can't script out anything. All right. Fine. All right. Well, my final thoughts were I thought the story was fine. I didn't like the fact that it got way more seemingly serious than the previous Sly game. Like this one seemed like there was a lot more at stakes. You know, you end the game and Murray's super sad because his van is gone and because Bentley's hurt and he's like carrying away Bentley. You don't know if Bentley's going to be all right. I mean, he is. He comes back in like 4 more games. But it ends on a little bit of a downer. You did get all the parts and destroy them, supposedly. And Sly somehow still hasn't ended up with Carmelita, which was kind of a bummer. But for the most part, I thought it worked. The story worked for me. Would I play the game? Probably not, just because it's,
15 years old.
15 years old, yeah, and the controls aren't what they are now, and it would probably just be frustrating. But I thought it was good. I guess I would go ahead and give it, let's say, a 14 out of 27.
All right.
It's a good one. It's a good score.
Solid 50.
But what about you, Chump Slap? Would you play it? Would you score it? Does the story work for you?
Yeah, the story worked. It made sense the way that they did it and how you had to go from place to place to find pieces. It kept the flow going. I wouldn't play it, obviously, because I know the whole story now, and there's no point.
Right, you got all the spoilers already.
Yeah, plus I didn't I'd play it if it was all just Bentley running around. Like, just the maze of Bentley. That I'd play. I scored it 16 out of 27.
Not bad at all.
From what I read, it's one of the best PlayStation 2 games ever.
I don't know about that.
People say that. It's been said.
It's been said by more than one person.
It wasn't a bad game.
Well, yeah, what do you think about it then, huh?
It wasn't a bad game. I like the story more than the first one. It seemed more heisty, like a lot of planning and a lot of doing reconnaissance to do that kind of stuff. Still a stealth game, which I'm not a fan of, but I probably wouldn't play it. I mean, I did play it once. I'm pretty sure I platinumed it, but I wouldn't play it again. Story was good. I'll give it a 13.
13, 14, 16.
43.
See, there's one thing I just want to point out before we finish this.
Of course.
It wasn't nearly as racist or sexist, so
yeah, that was
it
a nice
lost
plus.
a couple points for me.
They did eliminate all that, which was kind of nice.
Yeah. Maybe, could be one or two people complained. Who knows?
Yeah,
I assume
probably.
they would have.
Yeah, they probably just wanted a bigger audience, so somebody didn't like
Yeah, I
this.
assumed it was only 2 years after the other one, so it had to have been from bad PR somehow.
Yeah.
Because it was completely eliminated.
Yeah, there's probably like an article back in 2002 about
Yeah.
how fucked up it is.
Well, 3 years after 9/11, it was a way different time than 1 year after 9/11.
This is true.
Yeah, you're right.
It's changed so much. But I have a couple quotes, if you guys don't mind hearing them.
I do not mind.
Yeah, do it up.
Well, the first one is an exchange between Contessa and Carmelita when she was under arrest and trying to get hypnotized. Well, Countess was trying to hypnotize her. She says, the Countess, "Don't worry, my dear. I still have time to finish your readjustment." And then Carmelita comes back with, "Let me out of here and I'll readjust your face."
Oh, classic burn.
It was a good one. That's my girl, Carmelita. And then Bentley, it's not a significant quote. It's not an important quote, but I think it's 100% on brand for Bentley, where he says, "Once again, braids triumph over brawn." I think it was right after his boss fight,
Yeah.
where he essentially just ran around.
I did like how you played the other two characters finally, too. That was nice.
That was cool. I got a quote for you just after that one. I'm going to throw it in here.
Do it.
It's Sly to Bentley. "Oh, how I've missed that sensuous voice of yours."
Right after he saves him from prison.
Yeah.
Very on brand for Sly and the whole gang. But I guess that does it. Let's get into our favorite segments of every week. First one being, of course, our number one favorite, Syintist's Lock of the Week.
Kink. It's a shitty
Thank
lock.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Chump Slap.
Yeah, you can break that with your fist, probably.
Every week we ask scientists to come up with a 100% guaranteed gambling lock, and he has never disappointed us. He's 100% 25 for 25 at this point. 24 for 24 at this point.
Well, you can just
So,
go ahead and say it's going to be a lock. So
Yeah, this is definitely 100% going to be a lock. So, scientists, who do you got this week?
All right, we're going to go to the 2019 Canadian Squash Championships opening
Finally.
match. I know you've been talking about it a lot, so I did some research.
Yep.
Opening round match, take Chris Howard over Behrad Hajiji. He's going to destroy him, probably straight sets. But
wow,
I would take just the straight up win
that's
for the
bold.
lock.
That is bold.
If you want to get risky, go for the straight sets. But
Hey, this isn't Scientist's risky pick of the week. This
You're
is
right, you're right.
Scientist's lock of the week.
That's so true.
well, bet all your money on the lock.
Yeah,
Man.
you're definitely going to want to take whatever you got in your house. You're going to want to sell it, maybe a pawn shop or eBay. Take that money you get, go ahead and flip it. Sell that money, and then go ahead and put everything on who was the winner?
Chris Howard.
Chris Demon Man Howard is going to win it this week.
For the win. And then you could take those winnings and get your stuff back out of pawn.
Yeah. But you'll have all your stuff back from pawn and double your money.
Yeah, it's amazing. Works every
Perfect.
time.
Fiscal plan. I don't know what you guys are doing here when you could just be listening to scientists for your money-making ventures. But what do I know? Yeah, I know it's to tell you what to do.
So I don't even have a job anymore.
So that takes us to our favorite segment of every week, Chump Slap's recommendation window. And before you guys say shit, I actually have one. All right.
I wasn't going to say anything this week.
So every week, we ask Chump Slap for a recommendation. Usually because I'm too lazy and I don't think of anything, I just pick something in the middle of the sentence. But I actually have one. So this week, Chump Slap, we know that Oreo has been absolutely killing it with all these additional flavors they've been putting out.
Yeah, so I hear.
So we're going to need, what is your recommendation for different flavor of Oreo?
Whew. Wow,
There's
you
so
really-
many, dude. There's the
I'm gonna go. I don't even need to know because I know how many there are.
All right, you're right. Sorry.
I'm gonna tell
Sorry.
you straight up. From what my research, I don't know this for a fact because I haven't tried them all. But from what I've seen on YouTube, carrot cake with
Cream cheese.
cream cheese icing as the filling is.
I've heard
the
nothing
best
but
one.
good things. You've got to be right.
I hear it tastes just like carrot cake with cream cheese icing.
Ooh, that's. I'm gonna have to find those out somewhere because I've had the s'mores one. I'm a big fan of those.
Yeah, I like the peanut butter one because if you just keep it
I
easy,
just like straight up regular.
you're fucking so weird.
Yeah. Like not even double stuff. Like you gotta
Oh, well,
start
double.
at double
When I
stuff.
say regular, I mean double stuff.
Ew.
Okay.
Nobody eats the plain one.
I go for half stuffs.
The thins,
Yeah,
low calorie ones,
I don't like. The
Have you ever
stuffing.
tried one of those thins? They're gross. They taste different.
because there's not as much filling.
No, I can't explain. You gotta try.
It's a
it.
thinner
Like the-
cookie too, isn't
Do
it?
they have a quad stuff Oreo?
They do have a larger stuff one. I don't know if it's quad. It's called quad stuff, like the quad steak burrito.
Yeah, exactly. Quad stuff.
Well, there's like double stuff and jumbo
Extra
stuff.
stuff, or yeah, something like that. But either way, that's our thoughts on all of our different types of Oreos we love. If someone wanted to maybe send in their own recipe for Oreos, which is a travesty, but it's America, they can do whatever they want, and they wanted to write it all out in an email, where would they send that email, Chump Slap?
You'd send that to plottytime@gmail.com. That's plottytime@gmail.com.
Yep, and at this point, we will respond to every single email that is sent to us.
And I will tell you,
Missed one yet?
I'll tell you why Hydrox is better. Just go ahead, shoot that email this
yeah.
way.
Oh, don't add them. Shoot them an email.
Oh man, if you're already starting the Hydrox over Oreo, we're gonna get some letters, son.
And last
Like,
week he
this
said
is gonna-
stuffed crust pizza was terrible.
Yeah,
He doesn't even know what he's talking
I
about anymore.
dare you guys to email me. I double dare you.
Well, you heard it here first. Send your anger over to Chump Slap. But if, say, they didn't want to run an email and they just wanted to tell us all how dumb we were, like via some kind of social media, how would they reach us on those social media accounts, scientists?
At Plotty Time on Twitter and Instagram.
Perfect. Well, that does it for us. You guys have anything else you want to say or apologize for?
I apologize for nothing.
I apologize for something. Don't know what yet.
All right, well, we're going to go figure that out. Until then, we will talk to all you assholes next time.
Smile
Later.
Hydrox are better.